The first thing she saw when she came to was Cowell staring up at the sky. He seemed to be contemplating it, concentrating as if he was looking for something in the clouds. He was different when he didn't think he was being watched. She almost didn't want to move, just wanted to keep looking. But there was a hard rock under her back, and even though he inevitably didn't care, she felt a little bad staring at someone without their knowledge. "Hello, hello." He turned as she struggled to sit up. Around them was a meadow full of small wildflowers, harder to see than usual against the gloom of the day, and beyond that, the trees of a dark woods. She grunted in response, rubbing her head. "Where are we?" "A resting place." He glanced briefly up at the sky again. "I figured you might need a small reprieve after that one." "Tell me about it." He turned to her then, and grinned. "At least that's over and done with, and I don't need to worry about it anymore." "Wait." She blinked. "You were worried?" "Of course," he said, nodded vigorously. "That one was one of the biggest turning points of them all. If you hadn't been able to brute force your way through it, well, even I don't know what would have happened." "I'm still confused how you know about all of this." "Ah, but a magician never reveals his secrets." She rolled her eyes. That's not even applicable. That makes no sense." "I'm still not going to tell you." "Okay, then what do you mean by a turning point?" she asked instead. His grin grew broad. "If you hadn't fought it out and lasted until the end, things could have turned out very differently for you. This path you're on now may cause you some pain. Human emotions can do that to a person, but in the end, I'm sure you'll agree it was all worth it. Fascinating, isn't it? How time works, cause and effect and all of that." "Actually, yeah, it is," she admitted. "That's a concept that's always excited me." "And now you get to see it functioning in the real world, which leads us to the next leg of our journey." He stood and helped her to her feet. She was still a little shaky. "This one will be much less terrifying. There," he said, before gesturing over to the woods next to the field. She raised an eyebrow. "A dark and spooky woods. Not terrifying." "Uh-huh." "Less, I said. Less." But she wasn't really listening, for there, at the entrance to the woods, something just moved. Something blue, and purple, and maybe gold? What was... She began to turn back to Cowell, before she saw it again. Better this time. It looked almost like a butterfly, but something was strange about it. Without thinking, she began to hurry after it. "This is what I'm supposed to do, right? Follow the mysterious bird, butterfly thing?" "What do you think?" Cowell's laugh followed her as she took off. She didn't quite know what it was that propelled her forward, but for whatever reason, she needed to see what the thing really was. It looked far too strange and interesting not to. So without hesitation, she reached the tree line and plunged into the forest. Trees had never scared her anyway.
"You want to know me? I'm afraid you'll have to put in some effort for that. Follow me and maybe I'll show you." Pineapple on pizza?